Right now, we're going to talk about making a client notification based off of the event status that the client is in. So, to get to that area where you build that, you're going to go to admin table and you're going to go to category types. And then you're going to go to event status / office events. Now, usually when I am in any of these areas that asks about the business type, I always change this to the business type that I am working on, just so I am only looking at the things that are associated with that business type. Once I have that on my screen, then I'm going to go ahead and click on any of these envelopes. This envelope being the client notification associated with the event called Eric, um, just the name of one of the events inside of our tax office. How you see that there are some that are blue versus some that are this reddish orange color. Where they are blue, that means that there is nothing built. Where they are the reddish orangish color, that means that there is something built, but not necessarily turned on. We don't know until we go in and look at that. So if I wanted to see what was built inside of here, I could click on that envelope and then I could scroll through the widgets that exist on this page so that I could see what is built. And it looks like what is built is one of the ones for launching, just letting them know this one that we had filed an extension if I needed to launch that from that event. When I am looking to build these notifications, I can click the enable notification. That is once I have something built here and I want it to launch, want it to go out. So I would click that enable after I have put in my subject, my email message, and my text message. Now, your email messages, if you do not have the SendGrid add-on turned on, the clients are not going to be able to respond to that email message, but it will at least let them know what's going on with their file. That text message isn't something that would go out from your system unless you have the Twilio add-on feature for your Atom software. This very first widget is when you are doing the event creation, which means that the second you put the client into that event and save, if I do not check the disabled notification, then this notification would be launched to the client. The next one is on start date. This is not one that is typically used inside of taxes. However, it is usually used inside of things like bookkeeping or payroll or other nonlinear workflows. And this is saying that if I add events to a file and then I alter those start dates, meaning I don't need to work on I don't need to work on the month of April until May, right? When those documents and bank statements start coming in. So I could have a start date of May 1st. Maybe I want the notification to the client to say, we will now begin working on your May bookkeeping or something along those lines. Maybe I want the verbiage to say, we are looking to begin working on your May bookkeeping. If you haven't done so already, please submit your bank statements and other documents for us to begin working. Whatever that verbiage is that you would like to go out on the start date of the event. The next one we do use a lot in our tax office, X days from start. What that means is that if I move a client into a particular event, lots of times we end up on hold with a client, whether that is for signature, whether that is for payment, whether that is for missing documents. Could be that I need to get with the taxpayers advocacy program, whatever. Maybe I have to talk to my CPA. I have a question, things along those lines. So they're just kind of on hold while we work on or look into that kind of stuff. So we just want to kind of keep the conversation going, just so that they know where they're at in the process. The number of days is how many days after you move them to that event do you want them to get the reminder. So if I were to say every 5 days, up to 5 times, that's saying that as long as the client still remains in that event, that every 5 days the client will get this notification up to 5 times. Now, after those 5 times, so 5 times 5, 25, if the client is still sitting in that event after those 25 days, they will just still be sitting in that event and no notification reminders will go out to the client. This is a per office decision, a per event decision. So you may want to remind them about signatures every 3 days, and you may want to remind them about payment every 5 days, or whatever scheme your office comes up with. This can be different per event. The last of the automated widgets is on end date, which is saying when I move a client out of that event, closing that event, or moving that file forward, we are ending the event. So when I end the event, do I want a notification to go out to the client? And then this is where I would build that accordingly. Now, the one that we did see is built for launching. So this is a predefined client notification, and we do have one here. So if one is built here, and I'm going to show you how this is built to use in 2 different areas, show you how that works. That means that I can launch it in the moment if it applies to the file. So that when I want to send something like that, if I am in, and this isn't the one that we were just looking at, but I'm just going to go to this one. This client is particularly in tax prep, indicating that I'm about to start working on this file. So in our tax office, because we work hybrid, we have in office clients and remote clients. So we always like to let our remote clients know that we are about to begin working on their file. So after I have moved the file forward to tax prep, then I can come over here to this send notification and I can launch that notification. Now you see all of our employees' names. That's because all of us do this when we're working with a remote client. We will select our name and we will let them know that we are beginning working on it and that we will call them when we are done. Now, this file doesn't have an email or a phone number in it, so nothing went out to the client. But that is how that works. And if I had an email, the email would have gone. If I had a cell phone number, then the text message would have gone. If I had both in the file, then both the email and the text would have gone to the client. The other way of doing that is if I were to move the file forward from here, you do have the send predefined client notification selection right here in the slide out, if there is one that exists to this. So this is, hang on just a second. Let me move this file forward. I have to select something. That's why I was not showing me my options there. So now that I have selected an event that does have some, then I can see this here to be able to select it in the moment of moving the file forward. So you can do this either way, either right here when you are adding the event or from here after you have added the event. The other thing that you can do is these are built for you to be able to send the notification from the event homepage. So if I were on the event homepage of Office and I wanted to send a couple of these clients that message, then I could select those clients that I wanted to send the message to. And then I can come over here to my right and click on the add. And then I can click the predefined notification. And then based off of the event that I am in, when I am clicking this, then I will see those same options to be able to send and launch that message from here if I prefer. So there's 3 different ways of sending that same message to that client. Now there are other areas that you can build client notifications. This particular video is in regards to building it for events, but you can do the same client notification stuff, not necessarily the automated widgets, but the building of client notifications can be done in appointment types, can also be done in upload types, can also be done in task types. So while they do not have the automateds built, well, they do, just not all of them. Depending on the area that you are in, this one does not have the automated widgets for appointment types. So they look a little bit different, but they can be built in those areas as well. If you have any questions or would like one-on-one trainings in regards to this, please give us a call back. Give us a call or text at the 517-940-8745, or you can send in an email or a portal message asking to get a training scheduled to cover those things and get those built. Thank you. Have a great day.